Lesson 79 of 100 in the Jazz Violin series. In the previous video, I mentioned at the end, I would also, in one of my bags of tricks to build a solo, I would change my tone. This could be done with electronic pedals on the ground if you have electric violin, or it can be done just physically with an instrument. One technique I would do, and I do it often, is what I've come to call the harmonic feedback squeal technique. Really what it is, we're copying electric guitarists. And electric guitarists, as you probably have seen somewhere in history, they can hit a note and the amp behind them is very loud. They'll turn around to the guitar, to the amp, and let the sound of the amp actually re-excite the string. And it's like having a bow. It's infinite sustain if they get close enough to the amp. And that sometimes that note will break into its harmonics. So, you know, one of those notes might start ringing or squealing, and they kind of wiggle it around and make it actually musical. It's different than just a microphone squealing and feeding back. This is kind of using the amp volume to re-excite the string on the guitar. Well, we don't have to do any of that with a violin because we have a bow. A bow is the infinite sustainer that the guitarists always wish they had. But that squealy thing we can also get too with this simple technique. And again, I've done other more in-depth videos on the internet about this, but here's the basics of it. If you don't press your strings hard enough, it sounds kind of squealy. Now you may know what harmonics are. The bell tones that are certain mathematical points, halfway. Here's divided by 4, or 3. Here's divided by 4. This is in every string and everything in the world has harmonics to it. So, but I'm not playing harmonics. I'm doing somewhere in between. If say the third finger G in first position on the D string. There's a harmonic right above that too if you lightly touch the string. There's a G. Here's the harmonic at that point. But if you kind of do the tension on your pressing the string somewhere between, you get kind of both. Here's the note, the harmonic, and hear both. Now if you just freeze there, it sounds pretty ugly. But if you wiggle your finger around and kind of do a half-assed vibrato, it sounds kind of cool. The harder you press, the more you'll get the fundamental note. The lighter you press, the more the harmonic. Sounds a lot like a guitar, doesn't it? My point was, I would use that for every note in the beginning of a solo as the band would play quite. The band kicked in behind me, I might move around faster, I might dig in with my bow a little harder. And it takes another step, I might kick on a distortion pedal on the ground. You know, the electric violin can do all kinds of tricks. Add more echo or something. There's different ways to build things, but a lot of it you can just get right with the pressure of your fingers. It's a cool trick.